The Dry Fork Station, a modern marvel, a cooperative powerhouse, a proud testament to the responsible use of America's abundant coal resources. The road to the Dry Fork Station has been a long one, but the summer of 2011 marked the end of one journey and the beginning of another. The buzz of construction has stopped. The power plant is generating power for members of Basin Electric Power Cooperative and Wyoming Municipal Power Agency. Basin Electric is a power supplier to 135 electric cooperatives in 9 states. It operates the plant and is the majority owner. Wyoming Municipal Power Agency is also an owner. It supplies electricity to 8 cities and towns in the state. The Dry Fork Station, north of Gillette, uses Wyoming's subbituminous coal from the neighboring Dry Fork mine. It generates 385 net megawatts of electricity using advanced environmental controls. That's roughly enough electricity to supply 308,000 average homes. Basin Electric identified the need for a new power plant in 2002.
Every 2 years we do a power requirement study where we work very closely with our membership to try to identify their projected load requirements. You know, what's happening in their local areas, and then try to look at that from a 10-year perspective. 2002, when we did the power requirement study, we saw a very elevated need for generation in the 2008 to 11 time frame. We started working on the project analysis in 2003, and I believe it was December 2004 we finally got board approval to move forward, and all the activities it takes to develop, new generation today.
With the green light from Basin Electric's board of directors, detailed engineering, procurement, and planning started.
We looked at the broad spectrum of technologies that were available in that era, which was about 7 years ago, of course, when we really began the project development. The interest was very high to look at supercritical technology for the boiler, which unfortunately did not match well with the size of the Dry Fork Station. As an alternative, we did select an advanced subcritical technology, which we think will serve the membership very well. As one looks at the total Powder River Basin, it lends itself very nicely to a mine mouth operation, therefore eliminating the need to add rail expense on a long-term haul of lower quality segments of the Powder River Basin. Now, the permitting process is very rigorous. In essence, it took us about 3 years to secure the necessary permits from an environmental standpoint, as well as Wyoming's concern and permitting requirements for impact alleviation.
On October 17, 2007, 2 days after the final permit was in hand, the scrapers fired up and construction began. At the peak of construction, 1,300 workers would be on site. Construction would last 4 years. The challenge, attracting and accommodating that workforce and helping Gillette cope with the impacts.
In our development of the impact alleviation plan and in speaking with advisors such as organized labor, as community leaders, it was believed that RV park capacity would be very attractive. A lot of the folks today in construction pull RVs, and so we set about refurbishing an existing facility north of Gillette. The state of Wyoming also, in their permit, asked us to consider what's commonly called a man camp, where you would bring in a contracted housing provider and also provide food services, things of that nature. We were never that positive about that option. We would prefer to work with the local business people. We think that has long-term value for the community.
Construction continued, and the Dry Fork Station rose out of the ground. Workers built complex systems piece by piece, then tied together and carefully tested them: the boiler, the turbine, coal handling, water treatment, air quality controls. With hundreds of men and women working in close quarters, safety was key. Workers built up more than 6 million work hours without a lost time injury, a remarkable feat in such a large construction project. The project stayed on schedule and on budget through construction. By the summer of 2011, 4 years after the first dirt was moved, the power plant stood ready to generate electricity for Basin Electric and Wyoming Municipal Power Agency. The Dry Fork Station employs today's advanced coal technology. Water usage, emissions, and ash are managed responsibly with many largest or first-of-its-kind technologies. The air-cooled condenser is the largest in North America and Basin Electric's first use of this technology. It works like a large radiator, cooling water without losing large volumes of Wyoming's precious water to evaporation. The air quality control systems reduce emissions in the flue gas before it leaves through the stack. This includes a scrubber that's the largest of its kind in North America.
At Dry Fork, we have a reflux circulating fluid bed scrubber. We use water and lime to capture SO2. And as kind of a side benefit with the bag house along with the scrubber, we will get some mercury removal out of this technology also. We added an ACI, which is an activated carbon injection system. So we have 20 low NOx burners that control the NOx at combustion. And then right above those burners, we have overfire air. What that does is that controls the combustion temperature and basically limits the amount of NOx that is formed in the furnace. And then as the gas passes through the boiler, we added an SCR, which is a selective catalytic reduction, and we spray ammonia, which then gets our NOx down to our permit limits. Way early in the design phase, as we were laying out the site, we preserved 8 acres at the back end of the property for whatever future CO2 might come about.
A bag house removes fly ash from the flue gas. A McGuldy dry bottom ash removal system beneath the boiler is the first new installation in the United States. Both kinds of ash are buried in a lined landfill. The successful use of Wyoming's subbituminous coal means more than reliable electricity to the region.
Dry Fork Station provides a steady stream for the economy. We have 83 full-time employees that use all the services within Campbell County and the region. Basin Electric has a preference to use local vendors and contractors whenever possible. We competitively bid, parts, labor, with a preference for the local.
Well, a project of this scope and magnitude brings jobs, economic development, growth. It's a tremendous asset, frankly, to the state of Wyoming, and will be for years to come. We really value our relationship with Basin. Always found it to be an excellent organization to work with. So if our experience in Laramie River Station is any example, Dry Fork is going to be a tremendous project.
The Dry Fork Station demonstrates how coal can be used in an environmentally responsible way. That's important for not only the region, but the nation.
Over time, we have proven that mine mouth operation based upon coal has been a tremendous value, a tremendous success in helping rural America develop as it has. But when you look at, energy from a global perspective, you cannot discount one over the other. It's going to take all forms of energy to make certain we have adequate energy for strong economic development. Basin historically has always looked at coal as being the bedrock of the foundation of Basin Electric. It's that knowledge of the people of Basin Electric that has helped us to be successful in developing such a tremendous project there at Dry Fork. And I just can't express enough the gratitude to them on behalf of the membership of this organization for what they've been able to accomplish.